Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Clinton the Musical, which is directed by Dan Connectus, will open on April 9th at New World Stages. And we drop by the rehearsal room to bring you a sneak peek and to meet the company, which includes Kerry Butler and Judy Gold. Enjoy. How much fun are you having?
It's a lot of fun, and it's so different for me. Like, I would never in a million years think that I would be playing Hillary Clinton. Even when he offered to me, I was like, what? You want me? But so it's really, and you know, at first I didn't think I could do it, and then we did this reading, and I was like, this is great that I can, you know, that did something that I was really afraid of, and that I actually can do it. And reading about her, like, I feel like I have a lot in common with her, so it's been fun. And the show is really funny.
It's hilarious. So what, did you do research? Did you look back at her? You know, I know we all know her from just, you know, she lives in our DNA, but like to get the voice or to get what you wanted to do for her?
Yeah, I've done a lot of research. I'm reading books. I'm listening to her audio books as I go to and from the train station. And I watch a lot of YouTube clips. So I have her dance moves down, her laugh. And then I also collect just a lot of pictures that I look to, but you know, like sometimes when you do, because I don't want to do like an impersonation of her, and also like she has a different personality like when she's in front of the camera than when she's behind, and you know, who knows what she's like when the doors are closed. So I'm just doing reading on that, but I have like my one word, absolutely. That's that when I have to like try and get into her voice, that's my word I use as my click word, you know.
Love that. And working with Dan again.
Yes, so much fun, so great, and you know, we know each other so well, so it's great, and we've already gone through 4 different opening numbers, and Dan is so great how he just will like throw stuff out and, you know, keep trying, so that's fun. I love working like that.
And working with the cast.
They are really, really great. Judy Gold makes us laugh non-stop laughing all the time. She's so funny. She's our green captain. So you can imagine the hilarity that ensues there. There's one part of the show where confetti is thrown about, and she's like, "You guys, I hope you're going to be recycling this confetti. Like, pick it all up. You know, I'm the green captain." So funny.
She's having the time of her life doing theater.
Oh yeah, she's great. She's really, really great in it.
And the creators, you know, there used to be these kind of parody, spoof, satire, musical reviews all during the 70s and 80s.
Oh,
so it
really?
must be, yeah. If you look back in the 70s, like in old theater worlds, these were happening all the time.
Oh.
So it's really cool to sort of watch you all do your thing today.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And then working with the guys, I mean, playing the dual bills.
Yeah, that's fun. During rehearsals, I'm like, oh wait, she should act differently with each one. You know, like one is almost her child, the other one is her business partner. You know, so that's been kind of fun just to figure out as an actress, like how you relate to each one and how your relationship is different with each one.
What are you looking forward to the most with doing this, personally?
I think I'm looking forward to the audience's reaction, because you know, when you're in a show like this, you have no idea, and I know so much is going to change once we're in front of an audience, and so that'll be exciting just to see what works, what doesn't work.
So was it fun today doing it in front of an audience to hear laughter in the room other than the 4 or 5 people that are normally here?
Yeah, it was fun. And we threw in a new joke today about her internet. That they just came into me today. Like, let's put that in now that that's topical, and I thought that worked. But so yeah, definitely.
Reach out and take his hand. No, I don't know where it's been. Yes, you do.
what has it been like working on this?
So I love it. I'm having the best time. The cast is incredible. It's just, it's a dream come true. It's too fun.
So explain who you play.
So I play Billy Clinton, and he is the wild side of Bill Clinton. I think of him in some ways as being the kid. In some ways of being the human side of Bill Clinton. I think we all have a side to ourselves that we share with just those who are close to us, that we keep hidden, that, especially in our professional lives. And so I get to be that side of Bill, and sometimes he gets into trouble.
This is a hilarious parody. What did you look at, like, research-wise for him?
I'm old enough to remember Bill Clinton. And of course, there have been parodies through the years. I try not to watch them too much because I really am playing some kind of a broad alter ego of him, which allows me a lot of freedom to kind of do whatever I want and be crazy. And so, but the voice you can't help but hear that vocal fry when you hear of Bill Clinton. He just talks like this. And so, I have a lot of leeway to get nutty.
And then working with this creative team.
Oh, it's great. It's great. Dan Connectus, who I've never worked with before. Kerry Butler, are you kidding me? Judy Gold is great. Tom. It's just an incredible cast, yeah. And so the room is exciting. The room is just nothing but play. There's no bad idea. We just, it's like, is this funny? Is this funny? I don't know. Try this. It's just a real creative storm of what's funny. And so that's exciting to be a part of, to be in a new work and, not just being an actor moving around, but actually getting to be a creative mind in the process is super cool.
So it must have been fun doing it in front of a live audience today.
Oh yeah. Just a little feedback. Yeah, we're on the right track. No, not so much with that. Yeah, just to hear a little bit. I'm so thrilled. I can't wait to get into previews where we can really see what's funny and what's not. And, and so, it's exciting though.
He's finally gone and I can move on to a brighter dawn. No more dirty tricks, no more politics from repulsive pricks. I won't sell my soul just to win a poll or to reach my goal. And I guarantee that they all will see that he isn't me. He is. But he isn't.
How cool is this working on this?
It's pretty darn cool. It's a lot of fun. It's great music. It's funny. It's topical. I get to work with a great director, Dan Connectus. I get to work with Kerry Butler and Duke Lafoon, and just the incredible cast. We're having a blast.
Had you worked on Bill Clinton before this show?
Never did it. So I just went back and looked at lots of video and read things, and of course I was alive and voting at the time, so I remember most of the events. So
was it an easy voice to find?
You know what he? What's also a great thing to do is to go back and, believe it or not, look at Saturday. We're spoofing, so I go back and look at Saturday Night Live, go look at Phil Hartman and Daryl Hammond, and kind of see what they were doing with it, and kind of throw my own twist into it as well. So
was it easy to find the voice?
I think so. I think, believe it or not, he's so eloquent when he speaks, and he speaks a lot, and so there's a lot to draw from on that. But it's just it's that really wonderful, just that drawl, that kind of that Arkansas drawl. So it's great, it's fun. It is.
And working with this creative team.
Yeah, they're terrific, amazing. Paul and Michael are writers from Australia, if you can believe it, but have immersed themselves in this. And the funny thing is, talking to them is to find out that what happens in American politics happens across the world, and so you feel sort of comforted in that respect. But the creative team in general is amazing. Like I said, Dan, I've had the pleasure of working with before, so it's great to be.
What'd you work with him on?
I did a show called Tailspin last fall with him, and so we're back in the political arena, the two of us.
And working with the cast.
Yeah, like I said, Kerry Butler and Duke Lafoon and John Treacy Egan and Judy Gold. I mean, it's cast gold. How was that? It is cast gold.
At my film premiere, played by Richard Gere. Richard Gere. When they say my name, I'll be met with fame, not a hint of shame. The me I see has a statue of Clinton, and it will be even bigger than Lincoln's. Finally, I am standing in the
living here in 92 is awful. We're in recession. Awful.
I've got depression.
Awful. But it could be that 1993 is awesome. A new direction. Awesome.
In this election.
Awesome. We're on a quest to find the candidate that's best.
What?
Or
Oh!
least worst.
How cool is this?
This is awesome. I mean, this is, first of all, the cast is amazing. The story is really incredible. I think we're seeing this whole story from a different perspective that one we've never seen before. And go Hillary. Go Hillary.
I love that you're doing theater.
I love theater. And I feel like people see me, oh, that's Judy Gold, the comedian. And I love this. Like, I really want to do this. Like, I've always dreamed of it. And here I am. Who knew? In my 50s, Come get me. I want to be on Broadway. I want to be on Broadway.
That's next.
Yeah, I hope so. But I'm playing Eleanor Roosevelt and Linda Tripp. And I was like, can you get me 2 more unattractive people to play? But they're great characters. I love Eleanor Roosevelt. Linda Tripp, not so much. But, I don't know. It's just, I love this collaboration process, and the writers are great, the music is great, and the talent. Like, I'm surrounded by these incredibly talented people who can dance.
Yeah. Right, let's talk about Eleanor. How did you find her? I mean, was it the voice? Was it the look? What was it?
It's funny because I have always loved Eleanor and been obsessed with the Roosevelt. I mean, what lesbian is not obsessed with Eleanor? And actually, my partner, for my birthday, my 50th birthday, I just turned 50 2 years ago, and we went to the Roosevelt's. We spent the weekend at the Roosevelt's house because I've loved her so much. And when I heard I got to play Eleanor Roosevelt, it was like, oh my God, it's like, I don't know, it's like a little Jewish girl playing Barbra Streisand, So, I really had her voice down. I knew her as a person. My kids went to daycare with one of the Roosevelt's great-granddaughter's kids. And it's just like I've admired her what woman has not admired her except for Michelle Bachmann? Seriously.
And then there's Linda Tripp.
Linda Tripp, that we put that in because I was like, you can't tell this story without Linda Tripp. Hello, she's like the worst friend in the history of Friends. And she's quite a character. I was listening to a lot of the phone calls. Oh my God. Talk about manipulative. It's incredible, but yeah, it's such a fun take on this story.
Because I used to watch John Goodman play her on SNL.
I know. With the big flower? Yeah. It's so fun.
And just working in this world of theater, working with Dan. Talk about working with your director, choreographer.
Amazing. I'm used to getting up there. Hey, how you doing? It's so great to see things. I did this with my one-person shows, too. I had a director.
Brilliant.
Thank you, BroadwayWorld.com. But, it's this collaborative process where there's such a give and take, and there's such respect for everyone's thoughts and artistic, inclinations. And Dan is such an amazing, giving, listens. It's a wonderful way to work.
How hilarious is this for you to be working on this?
Well, it's really hilarious, and I've got a very funny story, is that I didn't wear this jacket since the opening of Tailspin, another political show, and my parents brought all of these buttons from Ohio, and it was all of these Democratic buttons from years past, and I had chosen the Clinton official button. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's the 92, and I chose it, and I pulled it out this morning, and I was like, oh, great, this is a good sign. But it is hilarious. It's so much fun to be working on.
You love this world of parody and satire. I was telling Kerry, in the 70s, there were these beautiful satire musical reviews all the time. We haven't had one for a while.
No, and I think there's a definite market, not just because of the subject matter, but in terms of the style of the piece and how fun it is. And the one thing about it that I think is a little different than some of the others is that it has tremendous heart, which everyone thinks, wow, how does the show do that? But you have to come and see it, and we'll show you.
You've been laughing a lot in the room, haven't you?
I have. I was just saying, my abs hurt all the time, and they look really good. And I was like, why is that? And I literally every day, it's Judy Gold comes up with one more thing that she says, and John Treacy Egan, who's also very funny, Kevin, very funny. It's, they're laying us out with these jokes. It's so much fun to be a part of and to be able to go, oh no, let's keep that one, let's do this one. It's been great.
Talk about the world's fascination with the Clintons.
Well, I think, at least for me, we were talking about this the other day, is that it was at a point where in the very first election, I could choose to vote who I wanted to vote for and not who my parents told me to vote for. And it was also a breaking of 12 years of Reaganomics, which were carried over by Bush, and it was a new start. And so we sort of put upon Clinton, these hopes and wishes, and looking back with Bonamy, and it's looking back at all of those things that I think we have a fascination with. Someone said the other day, "Oh God, the good times when America's biggest problem was a blowjob." That's sort of true.
Totally.
Yeah.
And working with Kerry again.
That's a dream. It's so easy too, because it's very honest what our relationship. So it's really easy to say, oh, don't do this, and Kerry comes in with all of these ideas. Plus, she's so much fun to be with, and she herself is very funny. In a very different way than all of these other characters that we have in the room, and it's so great to be reunited with her.
Because she was like, I was surprised they asked me to do this. She thought I had nothing in common. Then she's like, I have a lot of stuff in common, and she can actually, she does the voice and everything.
Oh, she does the voice and everything, and the other thing too, it's Hillary's from the Midwest, I'm from the Midwest, and so Kerry kept saying, well, I have to do her speech patterns, and she's been doing all of this research on it, and so I said it's just like saying my mom and my dad, and you put it all in your nose, and it's all this Midwest kind of stuff that I paid a lot of money to get rid of.
And now you've got it back again.
Now I get it back again. I go home and I'm like, hi mom, hi dad, and it's been so much fun. I can't even tell you, and I can't wait for people to come and see it.
How much fun is this working on this?
It's really fun. It's crazy. Kevin Zach, who plays, I was about to say Rick Starr, which was my art teacher. Kenneth Starr is crazy, and I'm sort of Newt Gingrich is his sidekick. And we have, sort of in front of the audience versions of ourselves, and then the backstage versions, and it's just nuts. We're having a lot of laughs. We're laughing a lot. I mean, ourselves, make ourselves laugh.
Like playing Newt.
It was very intimidating at first, because I thought, well, what is it that he does that, he stands apart? Well, he's got the look, basically. But I was saying I did a concert the other night, and I was telling the crowd, I'm rehearsing Clinton the musical, I'm playing Newt Gingrich. The biggest laugh of the night was the fact I just announced that I'm playing Newt Gingrich, and I got a laugh. So it's fun. I mean, and it's different. Never thought I'd be going there, but I see it. I look in the mirror and I see it. All I need is the white hair.
Was there a voice they try to find?
It's tricky, because to me he sounds a little bit like Clinton, because he's kind of high pitched, but we don't necessarily. It's not about imitation so much. It's just sort of like we've got the public version and the not so public version, and it's silly. The not so public voice is, I don't know what it is, but it's something else.
And working with this cast, I mean, Kerry, Judy Gold.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. Let's face it. I mean, they're the reason we're here. They're fantastic, funny, incredibly talented ladies, and Yeah, we're having a great time with them.
But you all are. Dan says you're a whippersnapper. You all come in with these jokes that are thrown into the show.
We get up and do the script as written, and then we add, and then we subtract, and then we're told not to add anymore, and we still keep adding. So it's just kind of nuts. But yeah,
It's like almost doing like live television, like from the heyday of your show of shows or something.
Well, we never
rehearsal.
Well, this is attention span theater. We get about 2.5 minutes of work done, and then we blow up, and we have to get back together. Unless Judy's in the room, then it's only 2 minutes of work, because she gets us off on tracks. She's hysterical.
And she's your green person, I hear. She's the green deputy.
Green gold, we call her. Green and gold, just like Ireland, I guess. When you think of Judy Gold, you think of Ireland. Yes, she's our green captain, so we try not to use too much paper, or we make sure we recycle our cans and things like that.
Is that why the drapes are all green in this room?
That's exactly why, because of Judy Gold, green and gold, yes.
What are you looking forward to the most with doing this?
I'm looking forward to the audiences coming and seeing and having a lot of fun. I think they're gonna be pleasantly surprised, because I don't think it goes where you think it's going to go sometimes. And I think that's the special thing about the piece, is it's very inventive. It has very inventive ways of telling the story.
You play Monica Lewinsky. How cool is that?
It's pretty cool. My mom's a little nervous, but I'm having fun with it so far. And, we've sort of been talking about how to find, the heart amidst all the jokes and stuff like that. And that's going really well so far. As long as I'm coming at it from a very sincere perspective, I think it's going to be really fun. Yeah.
What was the key to getting into her?
I've been reading about her a little bit. I did listen to some of those Linda Tripp phone calls, which I thought was pretty helpful, because it's, they were talking about the president like he was just some guy, like he was just a boyfriend, and so once I sort of understood that like for her it was this love relationship that she was having and confiding in a friend, that was sort of easy to see, like, oh no, okay, she's just a girl in love with a really important guy. So that's been sort of the most telling aspect to help me figure out how to approach it.
It's also a wild parody too, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. I mean, there are a lot of jokes. For me, I think I have the job of really keeping that heart there to make sure that it doesn't come off in another sort of mean-spirited kind of way, which I'm happy about. And there's some moments in Act 2 where I get to really, show her broken heart. And so it's kind of exciting.
And working with the cast.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so good. I worked with Kerry Butler briefly a couple years ago on Xanadu, and Dan Connectus as well. But it's really nice to, I haven't been part of an original company. I've only replaced here in New York. So to work with something from the ground up, it's really, really exciting. Really, really happy.
What are you looking forward to the most with doing this in New York?
Oh gosh, I guess for that initial reaction, opening night, and finding out how people are going to respond, and being nervous about it, but also being really excited just to see, how they react to our perspective of the story.
How much fun are you having?
A lot of fun. It's been so fun. It's been fun to write the show, but then to have these such fantastic actors and hilarious comedians doing it has been so much fun.
Okay, so you and your brother are from Australia?
Mm-hmm, yeah. And I think we originally had seen a musical in Australia that was about a former Australian Prime Minister, and we'd seen it with our family, and my dad had said, it's good, but I think that politicians don't make the greatest subject matter for musicals, except maybe Bill Clinton. And I went, that's a great idea. And so then we decided to write this together, and Michael originally had said, I think Bill Clinton should be played by 2 actors for some reason, and I went, that's a stupid idea. But when I read Clinton's autobiography and all these other people's biographies, he talked about how he felt like he'd led these 2 parallel lives, and all these other people talked about these contradictions in him, and they had little nicknames for him like the Boy Scout and the Politician, or Saturday Night Bill and Sunday Morning President. So it seemed like a really fun and kind of apt device to describe a very complicated man.
Are they just as popular over there in Australia as they are here?
I think so. I think that, well, they're certainly just as well known, and I think everyone kind of all around the world knew the kind of some of the scandals that went on, and the American president is always so well known around the world, and I think that Australians generally would have a positive view of the Clintons.
Sure. How much fun are you having in the rehearsal room working with Dan and working with this cast?
It's been amazing. They all are so funny, and they all bring something and add, and sometimes they'll improvise things and we'll put the lines in because they're just hilarious. So, and because it's kind of current in terms of Hillary still running, there are things that we can add in now that kind of refer to things that are happening today, so it's still always evolving and it's always a lot of fun.
What's been the best part of the experience for you so far?
I think seeing it kind of brought to life and by such funny actors. They are all so funny that it's really exciting, and to kind of get to be an audience member myself and laugh at things. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.